Hello everyone, welcome to this video presentation. I'm Yasin Harry and I'm a teacher trainee at CRMF in Zgan. This video is made and presented by the teacher trainees Ayub Ghabiri, Anas Aihi, Ismail Azrawal and yours truly. Today we are going to talk about how to use available online tools to improve your teaching quality. We are going to focus mainly on some Google products like Docs, Slides, Forms and Google Sites. Each one of us will use a different program to create a piece of teaching material, and then at the end we are going to combine all of these teaching materials in a simple and easy to use website. Our goal here is not to do promotional work. We're only trying to provide an educational video about the usefulness and practicality of these tools. Not only that, but these tools can be a great environment for seamless collaboration between learners and teachers. Inside your Google account, you can find all of the tools mentioned in this video. We choose these tools because they are available on multiple platforms, free and reliable. Now, let's hear more about Google Docs with my colleague Ayub Ghabiri.
Hello guys, Ayub Ghabir is talking, and I really hope you're doing well. As we've seen with Mr. Yasin, we're going to work on some of Google's products. You and I are going to see Google Docs. With Ismail, you're going to see Google Slides. And with Anas, you're going to see Google Forms. And with Yasin, you're going to see how you can create your own site using Google Sites. Okay? So let's get started. First, what is Google Docs? It is a browser-based word processor. Wait, what does this mean? It means that you can create, edit, and share your Word documents. Good? So, maybe some of you are wondering, I can do all of this using a Microsoft Word doc. What's so important about Google Docs? Let me tell you this. One of Google Docs' great characteristics is the collaborative feature. There, you can work simultaneously with others. You can even see what they're editing, what they're suggesting. You can even chat about it there. So, simply, you can do whatever you want in Google Docs. So now, let's get to work. Where can I get to this Google Doc? So here, this is the drive, as you can see. Click New. Then you see Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Forms, Drawing, Maps, Sites, App Script, Jamboard, etc. But our concern here is Google Docs, so click Google Docs. And this is it. So here first, you can rename your document. Let's see, for example, reading. As you can see, all the changes are saved in the drive, so you don't have to worry about losing your work. It's pasted at a certain text. Good. So the tools here are similar to Microsoft Word, so we're not going to stress them or all of them. So this is undo, redo, print, spelling and grammar check, paint format. You take any format and apply it to any other text, the zoom, the styles. For example, here this is a title, and like this. Good. This is the font, size, bold, italic, underline, insert a link, add in comments. We're going to see this later, and images, the alignment, etc. So here, this is a text. Let's discuss one of the most critical features, which is the collaborative features. So let's imagine that this is a reading text. Okay, this is not all of it, but let's just imagine. And I'm a teacher and I need to send this to my students. Okay, all I have to do is click share button. All you have to do is either type their emails here or get the link and share it with them. Good. So I already shared this with a colleague and he answered the questions and sent me everything. So let's go and see it. This is it. This is how you can grade the document. For example, he answered the questions true, false, false, true, and answered the second question true. For example, this is all correct. I can give him 5 out of 5. Great job. And he's going to see this. Also, you can work with someone else or multiple people in the same document here. When you share this with them, you're going to see their work, everything. They can edit because we are in the editing mode. Also, they can suggest, but those edits become suggestions until the owner of the document approves them. And finally, the viewing mode. As I said before, there are 3 modes. The editing mode, you can edit the document directly. Suggesting, you can edit, but those edit becomes suggestions, so the owner of the document needs to approve them first. And last but not least, the viewing mode, you can only view the document. So here I've already shared, as I said, the document with a colleague, and here you can chat about it. Hello sir, may I write a paragraph about my favorite sport? Of course you can. And then thank you. So here you can chat about it, anything, any unclear points with students. Also here you can see the calendar. You have access to many things without even closing the window. Also keep. Here you can take notes concerning this document. And last but not least, tasks, if you have any tasks to do. There are a lot of other features that I can't really talk about in a short video, but I hope you benefited from this, and thank you so much for watching. Next, you're going to see Google Slides with Mr. Ismail.
Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well and you are home safe. Thank you for the information. I am Ismail as well, and in this part we are going to see Google Slides. Google Slides can actually transform your teaching practices with your students because of its great features. But before, let's start with the definition. Google Slides is a simple presentational tool which is very similar to PowerPoint. That's why in this presentation I'm not going to talk about features that you already know, but I'm going to mention only the features that Google Slides came up with, because its benefits are more handful to the teaching and learning process. It has great features that will turn your traditional classroom into a digital one. Let's consider the advantages. First, collaboration. You can collaborate with other colleagues on the same presentation. Presentations can be shared with your students who can edit slides at the same time. Collaborators can add notes and comments to slides to justify their changes and make suggestions, with changes appearing on slides simultaneously. Google Slides features. Google Slides allows teachers to give personalized feedback to your students. Use hyperlinks to refer students their needs. Broadcast live presentations with your students, in which they can comment and add notes, as I said before. Well, you might be asking, what do they mean? Well, don't worry. I do have a demo lesson and you will understand more. As I said before, Google Slides presentations are very similar to PowerPoint presentations. However, the former give you access to hyperlinks, through which you can gather and annotate resources on individual slides. This helps students organize information for future projects and stay on task. As an example, we have the word or the lesson pollution. You click on it and then you click on slide 2. It directs you to the actual lesson without wasting too much time. Let's do it together. Let's choose renewable energy. Select it, then insert link. We choose a slide. That corresponds with the actual lesson, then you confirm. Just click on it, click on slide 4, and here we go. Besides being able to integrate text, images, and videos easily, Google Slides allow you to give personalized feedback. You can leave comments on students' notes, link to specific slides, and if it's group work, everyone can easily see feedback. It allows students to take notes on the comment section. Therefore, you can check their notes and provide feedback to each student. With Google Slides, all I do is email a link and then each student can go through the tutorial on their own device at their own pace. It's also great for a group to ask questions on a shared copy. It's a quick way to get discussion started. Finally, one great asset of Google Slides is the ability to broadcast live presentations with your students. A great feature of Google Slides is the ability to broadcast live presentations with your students. This feature guarantees a highly interactive classroom. As you can see, you click here, then you click to present to a new meeting. You write the code of the Google Meet, then you join. I'm going to show you how it works. Now, once you've joined, you can actually present your actual presentation while students have the ability to intervene whenever they want. They can ask questions, make suggestions, and in here, in the comment section, they can also ask questions and give their answers, or even contribute to the lesson, or ask for clarifications. This actually gives you the ability to personalize feedback and hyperlink your students' answers to certain slides in order for better understanding. To use collaborative work, as we can see here, we have clear instructions. Students are required to describe the pictures and in what way does waste harm the environment. You should actually add more slides for your students in which they can answer. Last step, you should share it with your students. In my case, I will just share it with, let's see, yes, Abdullah. Abdullah now is my student. He can edit the slides so that he can insert his answers. I'll give them about 5 minutes to finish or so, depends on the exercise. Here, while checking your students' answers, you can give individualized feedback, link to specific slides for them to check again for a better understanding. You can use any type of exercise this way, be it a controlled exercise like this one, or a freer exercise. That sparks a discussion of the whole group. Finally, I'd like to thank you all for your undivided attention. I hope you are home and you are safe. Next, my colleague Anas is going to talk about Google Forms. Anas, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Smail. Thank you very much. Okay, so guys, today I'm gonna show you how you can use Google Forms as a way to evaluate your students. Google Forms is very easy to use, and so we're gonna go step by step into how you can make quizzes using Google Forms and how you can deal with the data that you receive once your students answer the quizzes. The first thing you want to do is to access Google Forms. So you just type Forms or Google Forms in your browser, preferably Google Chrome. It just synchronizes well with your Gmail and all of that. So basically you type in Forms, the first link you see, you click on it, and then you're in this page. You select go to Google Forms, and there you go. This is where you need to be to start using Google Forms. So as to not complicate things, just go for the basic style really. So we click on blank, and we're in this page. Like we said, we're gonna use it as teachers for us to evaluate students. So the first thing I find best to do is to go here to settings, go directly to quizzes, and click on make this a quiz. And here we have options. Do you want to your students to immediately get their grades, or you want to give them later manually? I prefer this option here. You're free to do whatever you prefer. Then we go back to general settings, and then we have other options here. Like you can, for example, if a student signs in using their email, they can only answer one time. I think that's the better option, so you activate it. We're not gonna do it now. We press save. So now we're gonna move to the questions that need to be answered. So let's say, for instance, you're teaching. So here, let's go for the title. We want to make a quiz for first year baccalaureate, or for example group 1 or 2, whatever have you. So you type that first there to make things clear for you and for them as well. So what you need to do is, before you start making your questions, is you come here, add title and description. You click on it. Let's say you want to make you want to divide your quiz into 2 parts, one for grammar and one for vocabulary. So you click on that one, like we said, you name it, for example, grammar. And the second one, click again. No, click here at title and description, and let's say writing. All right, so you divide it into 2 parts. Let's start with the grammar first. Let's make our questions. So you click on it, and then you come here, add question. Now we have variety of choices here. We have multiple choice. You can make your questions into checkboxes, drop down, multiple choice grid, checkboxes. You also use paragraphs and short answers. We'll use these 2 here for our part in writing. So as to not take more of your time, I'll show you how these questions look from our perspective as the ones making the quizzes, and from the perspective of the students who are taking the quiz. We'll work first on one together, and then I'm gonna show you how they look in general. So basically, let's start with grammar. For instance, let's start with grammar. So in the description, you can, as an option, you can write the instructions for the question you want to be answered. For example, fill in the blanks using the verb to be in the present tense. Teaching the verb to be. So this is an example. So as we said, you press here, add question. Let's stick to multiple choice. It's just for us to test it out. Okay, so I don't know, let's say Ali and Samira, leave a blank space, happy. All right, so we have option number 1 is, press start, are or am. So basically it. So what you always want to do, by the way, is you always want to check this one here, required, so that your students cannot submit their answers without answering all the questions. So basically you click on this one, and here we have answer key for you and for the students, maybe. You specify which one is the correct answer, boom, and you press done. That's basically it. This is how you can make questions. Now we'll see how the other styles of quizzes or questions look like from our perspective and that of the students. So here we have the one we worked on earlier, in the form of this time checkboxes. So this is how it looks from our perspective. Let's see how it looks from the perspective of the students. If you want to see that, you come here and you click preview. It will take you to this page here. So this is what we see. I also forgot to mention this, but I also added 2 points here. So when I came to answer, I went to answer key and I pressed 2. If they answer correct, they get 2 points. So done. So this is basically how it looks. They know how much each question is gonna cost. So we have, like we said, this is the checkboxes. This one here, Lubna and I, multiple choices. This is how it looks. Basically you choose one, in this one you choose more. Here we have the drop down. This is how it looks. You have a list and then you choose from it. And this one is the checkbox grid. You have rows, columns. You can explore really Google Forms to its limits. It's very easy to work and very fruitful. Now the part about writing. You can write the description here or in the question itself. I chose short answer for this one, and this one, the other one I chose a paragraph. This is basically how it looks from their perspective. It's very easy, really. You can deal with the replies to your form. So basically, this is the form. You go to responses, click on it. This is the summary if you have more than one. I answered my form like 5 times just to see how it would look. So basically this is the average. The class is clearly failing the overall class. These are, you see the emails of the people who have answered, their scores and everything. And now you go here into this section, individual. Click on it so you can see how each person did. So this is the first one, the second one. You see their answers. It's very basic, and also there's the option wherein you can send feedback. This is mostly useful when it comes to writing paragraphs and stuff like that. You can answer them, maybe provide a link for a video or whatever to help them correct. You have many options. Basically how you can send out your form to people. You come here and we have this send. We click the button and you come here, either send it via email to people, or you take the link and shorten it and you copy it and send it wherever you want to. Overall, using Google Form is really not a challenge at all. It's very easy and it's very helpful for you as a teacher. It's well organized and saves time and energy. And now I pass the word to our friend Yassine, who's going to show us how you can include this among other things in your own website. So thank you, everyone.
Hello again. As we saw with my colleagues, we can use Google products to create material and to collaborate in a very effective and time-saving manner. As you noticed, all of these documents, presentations, forms can be created directly in the Google Drive. And also, a site can be created in Google Drive. Let's go and see how you can do that. First, you click on the right button and you go and look for Google Sites. You click on that and a new tab is opened, and here you see the dashboard of your site. You can create your own site using the tools in this page. First, you need to name your site. Okay, let's name it ICT project. Now let's go and explore more about the dashboard. At the top we have some buttons like the undo and the redo. We have the preview, we have the share button if you publish the site, and we have to add collaborators to your site, and we have the settings. We have also more like duplicate the site and report a problem or something, and we have the publish button. Here we have the insert. We have images. You can insert from Google Drive. You can insert from Google Drive, or you can insert text. You can insert also an HTML code like hot potatoes codes and add it as an exercise to your site. Here we have the layout. You can select the layout that you want. We select the 4 layout. From this list, you can add whatever you want. You can add text, you can add a table of content, you can add images, you can add buttons, you can add dividers, you can add YouTube videos, calendars, maps, docs, sites, sheets, anything you want, you can add it from this list. Now let's go to the pages. Any site is a collection of pages, as you know. Here you can add a page from, you go to pages and you click on the plus button. You can even add another link, an external link. Here, let's name a page. Let's suppose it's about songs and lyrics and exercises of listening and singing or reading lyrics. Here we can add language scales, we can add anything, we can add videos, we can add even quizzes, anything. This is the structure of your site. You can see at the top. Here we have home, songs, language scales, videos, and you can even add sub-pages. Yes, sub-pages. We can add sub-pages by going and clicking on the page that we want, and we add another page. Now, let's go to themes. Let's explore more about the themes. You have a variety of the themes that you can choose from. You can have a variety of colors, green, yellow, and a variety of fonts. We choose the simple one, like the Aristotle one. Here, it's very simple. We can change the font. We can change the color as you want. It depends on your personal taste. We choose the classic. It's not that good. We go with bold. Okay, now let's go and add some pictures. Let's add some character to our site. We can always select the pictures from our Google Drive. We select the image and we do that again and again until we have a full-fledged site. And then you can name these icons so you can be used by your students to access certain sections of your site. After doing that, you can go and change the header. You can change the image of your site. You can select from the images available on the site, or you can upload them to your Google Drive or upload them from your PC. Now let's go and link our icons or our with sections of our site. Now let's link the language skills with its corresponding page. Let's link the songs also. Let's link the videos. Let's link the quizzes. These links function as a way to reach the specific page that, for instance, if you click on songs, you will be directed to the songs page. Now let's add a video to our songs page. You can add you can change the controls, you can change the progress bar, you can allow the full screen of a YouTube video. Now here is the video. Now we can add the lyrics to the video. Here you can add the lyrics, and this you can go and if you have the lyrics on your Google Drive, you can select them and copy them and get back to your site. You paste them here, and they became collapsible, so your students can listen to the song and read the lyrics. You can also embed hot potatoes code. Here it can be very handy. If you have the hot potatoes HTML code, you can convert it to text and then put it here and click on next. Wait a minute, and you can see your exercise as designed by you on the software Hot Potatoes. Here's the exercise. It's filling the gaps. Your students can fill in the gaps as they listen to the song. You can remove the lyrics if you want, or you can leave it there as a guide or as a support for them. Now we finished the songs page. Let's go back to home and let's add a language skill. For instance, let's add something about reading. As you saw with Mr. Ayub, he created a document in Google Docs, and he used a lot of the useful features in Google Docs. Now we can use a Google Doc to supplement our site and to add material to our site. We can also add a Google Forms, as you saw with Mr. Anas, who created a Google form and explained how you can use it for assessment and for creating exercises. As you see here, you can adjust the size and the form of the elements you add to your site. And also you can change the layout, you can change the colors at post-production. Now we can go to speaking or listening. We can add material to the songs, we can add to writing. Now let's go to writing. Here we can add a Google slide. As you saw with Mr. Smail, he created a Google slide and explained how you can use it to broadcast and reach your students and interact with them all in Google Slides. We can also add a text to our Google site. We can add text here. You can write as a form of blog. You can justify it. You can make it bold. Here in the settings, we have the navigation. You can change the navigation panel. You can make it at the top or at the side. You can change the color to white or transparent or black. You can also add the brand images like the logo and the favicon. You can add custom URLs. And here we mean the domain name. You can buy a domain name and you can make it more official. At this stage, you don't need a domain name. You can use the default one if you just want to use it with a class or two, but you can create your own site and you can buy a domain for one of the known providers. Here we can add the name to our site so we can publish it. Here is the title or the URL that can be shared with the students or people, and they can reach your site. Now we publish it. Here, publishing. Now the site is published. Here is the URL and here is the site we just made. Here is the final product. Here we have the language skills, we have the tabs we made, we have reading, we have the text. Okay, we have the Google form. Students can fill it. We have the song. Here is the song. Here is the lyrics, and here is the exercise. And by that, we have finished our site. We choose Google products because we feel that Google products are reliable, free, and available across platforms. So we hope that you learned something from us and you might use one of these tools to create and manage your own materials. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you learned something from our presentation. I'd like to thank all of our trainees and most importantly Mr. Atlag and Mr. Mansouri. And I would like to thank Mr. Ayoub Al-Ghabiri, Mr. Ismail, and Mr. Anas Ayhi for their participation and for their hard work on this project. Thank you all and have a nice day.